In a quiet part of the city, where the sun filtered through sleepy apartment windows and the streets hummed softly with morning sounds, lived a girl named Alara. She wasn't the kind of girl that made people stop and stare. But there was something about her, something so soft and alive, you only noticed it when she was already gone. Alara had just graduated. The ink on her degree was barely dry when she landed a job at a boutique marketing agency. She was good at what she did, intuitive, precise, driven in that calm inward way. Her co-workers admired her without always understanding her. Her managers called her a rising star. He felt it too. The beginnings of something. Every morning she opened her little kitchen window and watched the light fall across the rooftops like a quiet promise. Something beautiful was coming. He believed that. He held on to it like a lifeline. Her family was proud. Her mom had tears in her eyes at her graduation. Her little sister always told people, "My sister is going to be famous one day." They believed in her. Really believed. But every story has its silence. Alara's silence wore a name. His name was Cale. Cale worked in the same building. Not in the same department, not in the same meetings, but he was always there. In the hallway with his coffee, in the elevator with his soft chuckle, in the break room microwaving leftovers with his sleeves rolled up. The first time she noticed him, he was listening to someone with his full attention. No phone, no distraction. Just those dark eyes fixed on the speaker like they were the only person in the world. That was the moment. And somehow, over the months, Alara's heart gave itself away. Not loudly. Not dramatically. In the small ways. In the way she waited an extra 10 seconds at the coffee machine in case he walked in. In the way her eyes searched for him in the cafeteria. In the way she smiled when he laughed at something even if she hadn't heard the joke. She tried to be brave. Left a note once, anonymous but clear. Baked muffins and accidentally brought extras. Took the longer hallway just to maybe pass him by. But Cale didn't see. Or maybe he did. And didn't feel the same. He was kind. Always kind. He said hi. He held the door. Once he complimented her earrings and she didn't stop thinking about it for 3 days. But he was in love with someone else. And that someone else loved him back. Everyone knew. Her best friend knew and never said, just squeezed her hand tighter when Cale walked by. Her team lead knew and offered to switch meeting rooms if seeing him was too hard. Even her dad, who rarely noticed emotional subtleties, said once, "You're glowing lately, Alara. Someone special." She had smiled. It wasn't a lie. Cale was special. Just not hers. She watched them once, Cale and the girl he loved, talking outside by the parking lot. They laughed and he tucked a piece of hair behind the girl's ear. Something in Alara cracked, quiet and deep. That night she cried into her pillow until it was soaked. Then she got up, made tea and opened her laptop. She wrote. Alara's journal was full of words she would never speak. "I wish I could turn off my feelings. She has the smile I dream about. He looked at her like I dream he might one day look at me." But she never let the sadness swallow her. He painted it. Each morning before work, she lit a small candle and poured her ache into poetry, short stories, abstract paintings. Her little studio corner bloomed with colors and pain. And strangely, it was beautiful. People started noticing her art. Her boss asked to buy a print. Her friend commissioned a birthday piece. She opened a quiet Etsy shop and called it Ink Between Heartbeats. Orders came. She wasn't just surviving. She was creating. It didn't stop hurting. Seeing him. Loving him. Knowing he would never be hers. But Alara made a decision one morning as the light once again filtered into her kitchen. She poured her tea, touched the spine of her journal and whispered to the empty room. "I will live fully. Even with this." She would still go to work. Still laugh with friends. Still call her mother. Still paint. Still love. Even if that love stayed unreturned. Because maybe, just maybe, life was not about being loved the way you wanted. Maybe it was about loving anyway. And dreaming that one day someone would see the light she carried. Really see it. Not the smile she put on. Not the soft voice she used in meetings. But the storm and the stillness inside her. Months passed. Seasons changed. Alara laughed more easily. She started wearing colors she once thought were too bold. She spoke up in meetings. She even pitched a campaign idea that landed her a promotion. Cale still worked in the same building. He still smiled when they crossed paths. But the ache had softened. And one evening, while painting the outline of a girl standing in the rain, Ilara realized she hadn't thought about him all day. That night she wrote, "I think I'm learning how to love without losing myself." And with that she closed her journal and opened the window. The city was lit up. So was she. The dream was never Kale. Not really. The dream was love. Reciprocated. Still. Fierce. True. She still believed in it. And maybe one day it would find her. But until then she would be her own hope. And that perhaps was the greatest love story of all.